Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football Thursday afternoon, and just some massive news for this Notre Dame program coming out of the recruiting trail. Five-star edge rusher Rodney Dunham committing to Notre Dame. You're talking about one of the highest upsides that you see in the entire 2026 cycle. A kid that his burst and bend is elite coming out of high school. This is a guy that gives so many offensive tackles problems with his sheer length and athleticism off the line of scrimmage. Now, I think what should excite Notre Dame fans is that I don't think Rodney Dunham has scratched the surface of what he can be as an edge rusher at the collegiate level. And he's coming to a program that the player development, especially with line of scrimmage players, has been absolutely elite. Shout out Al Washington, not only doing a great job on the recruiting trail, but a great job developing the talent in that room as well. I want to get into Rodney Dunham, who I think is a phenomenal prospect in this 2026 cycle, but I want to start with where this Notre Dame program's at and where it's going. And I feel like sometimes, especially in the offseason, as we start talking about all this news, we forget about that bigger picture. You evaluate Notre Dame as a program and where they are going under Marcus Freeman. Is there a program you want to buy more stock in? And it starts with Marcus Freeman as a head coach and the culture that he has put in place at Notre Dame. And I think what's intriguing about Marcus Freeman, he's still a very young head coach that is clearly getting better at his job as time goes on. I think he's made some phenomenal staff hires. That's one of the most underappreciated parts of what Marcus Freeman has done. When you go back to that 2024 year, that was probably the best coordinator duo that you saw in the country. Not to mention guys like Al Washington, other position coaches have been elite for Notre Dame over the last couple of years. And so you look at culture head coach, you look at the staff hires he has made, then you look at not only the talent acquisition, Notre Dame doing a very nice job on the recruiting trail and in the transfer portal, but I think just as importantly, talent evaluation. Notre Dame's not missing on a lot of the commitments they've been landing. And you even go back to 2025, like that was a Notre Dame team that made, or 2024, that is, excuse me. That was a Notre Dame team that made it to the national championship and was a team that had to play a lot of players that they probably didn't have to want to rely on the way they did in the 2024 year. What does that tell you? Like they're hitting on these guys coming out of high school, and then they're evaluating that talent as well. And so when you have the culture in place, when you have the staff in place, when you're evaluating and acquiring talent the way you need to, and then you're developing that talent, that to me are the four pillars of where you want a program to go. And I think Marcus Freeman has checked off all those boxes, especially over the last couple of years. And it really feels like the sky's the limit for where Notre Dame's going as a program. Now, I want to get into Rodney Dunham. That was kind of a sidetrack of my thoughts on Notre Dame. I want to get into Rodney Dunham. I don't want to steal the show because this kid is special. Before we do, and as always, to the Notre Dame fans, it's about to get real for Notre Dame on the recruiting trail. I mean, they are trending for a lot of talent in this 2026 cycle. You have seen Notre Dame capitalize on all the momentum they built on the football field. It has translated to what this team is doing on the recruiting trail as well. It's going to be a busy next couple of weeks and months. And for the Notre Dame fans who enjoy talking the recruiting trail, roster building, appreciate you guys rocking with it. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Without further ado, let's get into Rodney Dunham. Now, again, it starts with first step off the line of scrimmage is elite. This is about as twitchy of an edge rusher as you're going to see in the country. Then he combines that twitch with elite level flexibility around the edge. There's just not a lot of offensive tackles that can deal with the juice that he has coming off the edge. He's basically a NASCAR coming off the edge, and these tackles can't keep up. And I think what excites Notre Dame fans the most is there's still some development to the frame that probably needs to take place. And once the development and a little bit more power, a little bit more play strength gets into Rodney Dunham's game, you're looking at an edge rusher that can be one of the best in the country. And I think the second thing you love is the motor. This kid plays extremely hard, and no doubt that is important when Marcus Freeman's going about evaluating his talent. And I want guys that come in and play hard. You look at what this defensive line might be over the next couple of years. I mean, we kind of saw what Bryce Young is going to be at Notre Dame. You have a couple of really nice names coming in as freshmen to this class in 2025. You had a guy like Rodney Dunham. You had a guy like Ebenezer, who we didn't get a chance to talk about, who also has some big-time upside. This is how Notre Dame wants it to look. I mean, you look at why Notre Dame's had so much success. It's for a lot of different reasons, but their ability to control the line of scrimmage and get after the quarterback, one of the best run stopping defenses in the country, one of the best pass rushing units in the country. Man, that's the recipe. And it starts with grabbing these kind of bodies at the high school ranks, which Notre Dame has done a great job of, and then developing that talent. I mean, you take a look, and we don't need to get into too much of the junior year film, but just to kind of show what I'm talking about. I mean, the first step, you see the length too. He's a long kid. I mean, he is extremely good bending that corner around the edge. There's just tackles that can't keep up with the juice he has coming off the line of scrimmage. That's how he wins right now. You see a little special teams contribution as well. That's where it starts, is the juice he has coming off the edge in terms of the burst and bend. I just can't wait to see he couples it with the power. Like, this kid's, he's got a big frame. He probably is going to get up to 250 pounds. And when he gets that, and he can kind of combine that burst and bend with the ability to go speed to power and right through tackles, that's what you're looking for from a guy like Rodney Dunham. Here you see, hey, we're double team, trying to use the tight end to help. Don't matter. Like, he's going to continue to play hard. The motor runs extremely hot with a guy like Rodney Dunham as well. Continue to work through the film. You just continue to see him fill it up. I mean, he's right now kind of a pass rush specialist, but I think can be very good against the run as well. Look at Notre Dame in this cycle. I mean, you're stacking blue chip talent. You're especially stacking blue chip talent along the offensive line in that front seven. Like, that's been the recipe for Notre Dame. Now you're sitting here with 9 total commitments as we sit right now. The amount of talent, you talk about a guy like Javian Osborne, Joey O'Brien. Notre Dame is trending for some big time names in 2026. And we've seen Notre Dame stack some really good classes. This probably will be the top class that Marcus Freeman has signed. At least that's the feeling that I'm getting in early April. It's a team that is going in the right direction on the football field. It is clearly a team that has some real special culture that players want to go to. So now you have culture that players want to go to. You're seeing players get developed at this program. You're seeing them compete for national championships, not to mention the world-class education, which matters for some of these kids as well. They're checking off every box, and you're seeing that play out on the recruiting trail. It's going to be really fun talking this team over the next couple of weeks in terms of what they're doing on the trail. Appreciate you guys rocking with it. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll talk to y'all later.